Hi, I'm Daniel Awale, and I'm excited to be your instructor for our Geek Squad Academy course on digital music. So let's start quickly by learning what Geek Squad Academy is all about. Geek Squad Academy is a program run by Best Buy Canada that teaches cool technology courses to kids like you across the country. We have lots of courses that share our passion for tech and discovery. With Geek Squad Academy, we hope that you learn something new and something that you're passionate about through tech. Today, we're going to be learning all about digital music. Some of you may already know how to play an instrument, but today we're going to learn how to play different kinds of instruments with technology. There are lots of careers in music that use similar technology like DJs, musicians, or producers. Did you know the song Umbrella by Rihanna actually used GarageBand, the same app that we're going to be using today? By the end of this quick course, you'll know some basic music terminology and you'll be able to create your very own song using different instruments and sounds. First things first, you're gonna need an iPad, iPhone, or an Apple computer to follow along because we're gonna be using the GarageBand app to play our music. If you don't have an Apple product, that's okay. I have my iPad right here and you can follow along with me. So let's get started. I'm gonna start by opening the GarageBand app and finding the guitar as my first instrument. Here I can choose what style of guitar I want in my song. I can change it by tapping on the guitar in the left corner of the app and seeing what options are available. The feature is included with all the smart instruments, so you can do the same thing with keyboards, bass, or strings. I think today I'll choose a classic clean guitar sound. Now, before we start recording, there are a few different settings we can change. By clicking the settings button, I can adjust the volume, pan, echo, and reverb, just like in a real recording session. What does that all mean? Well, track volume is the volume for each instrument. Track pan determines whether you want your music to come out the left, right, or center speaker. And echo is exactly what you think it might be. Think of yelling at the top of your lungs in an empty space and hearing yourself echo back. The same thing applies to music. This can be a fun feature to make your song unique. Each of these settings are available for each instrument, so you can have lots of fun. Some instruments have other cool features too, like the keyboard. Let's check that one out. To change instruments, you can click the button that looks like the squares in the top left corner of the app, and you're back to the page with all the instruments. There are different types of keyboards too, like Helix or Solar Sailor. These not only have repeating melody, but you can get unique sounds by creating a chord or multiple notes played together. Very cool! I want to show you one more thing while we're here, and that's the arpeggiator. When you tap the arpeggiator button, it splits full chords into single notes that are part of that chord. Awesome! The arpeggiator also shows how to change the octave range if you want. An octave is a series of 8 notes. The higher the octave, the higher the frequency of vibration. So a higher octave means a higher note. Hear the difference? The last instrument I want to show you is the drums. Let's find them by going back to our instrument screen and selecting drums. This instrument works a little differently than the others. You can still choose what kind of drums you want, but with this instrument, you drag each individual percussion type to the pad. The areas on the pad let you customize the sound you want from each drum. See how the simple drum is just holding a beat, but the complicated one is doing a lot more? You can roll the dice in the bottom left corner to produce a random pre-made beat. You can also still customize the pre-made beats if you want. Now, why don't you take some time to find different instruments and modify the settings in unique ways? Feel free to pause the video while you're at it and come back when you're ready to record. Let's start recording. Now you've tested out some of your favorite instruments, we can record a song. I'm gonna start with the guitar. To record, you just need to click the red circle at the top of the screen. You'll get a 4-beat count in so you can prepare, and then you can play. Remember to hit the square button to stop recording when you're done. Now, I want to add some drums. I could do this all day, but for now, I'm gonna show you how to edit what we have so far. To get the session view, which is where we edit all our music, you can click the button at the top of the screen. Here we can see the notes we recorded earlier. I can trim the length by tapping the segment and dragging the sidebars, or I can create a loop tapping the sidebar at the end segment and choosing loop. And that's it. You can write and record your own songs using all kinds of different instruments through the magic of technology. How cool is that? Thanks so much for joining me to learn about digital music. I hope you learned something new and had lots of fun. To find more Geek Squad Academy activities, visit us at bestbuy.ca/Geek Squad Academy online.